Welcome to Cheryl's Home Cooking, and today what I'm going to show you is my homemade wonton soup. And this is how I celebrate the first day of autumn. You want something nice and warm in your belly. So I have 5 cups of chicken broth that I had made and froze. To that, I have some green onions. I have 6 of them. I'll slice them up and then place that in my soup. Cut off the ends. That one don't look too good, so I'll peel that off. When it starts to get to the dark green, that's when I stop chopping my green onions. So now I'll place this in my chicken broth, my soup that it's going to be. And I'll place about a tablespoon of parsley flakes. I'll kind of eyeball it. A little pepper. And of course a little bit of salt. So I have this on medium-high. I'll clean up. Get out my wontons, and I have 2 chicken breasts that I had boiled, so I'll be taking that out, cutting it up, and then putting it in my food processor because I want to ground down the chicken breasts. And then the chicken breast is what I'll be placing inside my wontons. So I'll just stir my broth around. You can add more green onions in there if you'd like, but I place a little bit more green onions on top of my soup once I put everything all together and have it in my bowl. So these wontons I just picked up at the store. So I'm going to be cutting the fat off of my chicken breast. There really wasn't much on here, just a little bit. Now to my food processor, I'm using this blade that will kind of grind up all my chicken breast. So I'll cut it up, place it in. You can see the chicken breast is still hot. Anything that gets caught on the top here, I'll just scrape it off with a spatula. do 2 more and then scrape it. Put it in there till I grind up the rest of my chicken. Lost a little piece. Get out my other chicken breast. This has got a little bit more fat on it. So I'll just cut this down to fit in my processor. Looks like I gotta scrape the sides again. You can see how fine it ground down the chicken. I'll get a bowl. I'll place my chicken in my bowl. Oh, princess. You can hear my dog whining for some chicken. It's her favorite. And you can see how far 2 chicken breasts will get you on making these wontons because it's a lot of meat. May not sound it, but it's a lot when you're placing it in the wontons. So I'll continue. And that's the rest of it. Now I'll scrape it. The reason why I ground down my chicken so fine is because I don't like big hunks inside my wontons when I make my wonton soup. You can see it's quite a bit. So let me clean up, make room to make the wontons. I'll be back. So for my wontons, I'll place it down on my counter diamond shape. Place a little bit inside. I'll fold it to the other edge. Put a little water so it sticks. Now I'll take the 2 corners, bring them together, add a little bit more water. And there you go. So I'll continue with the rest of this. Press down. Make sure it sticks. Wet your fingers to get the corners. And then bring them together. Once I have all the wontons filled, I'll be placing them in my chicken broth. I have that simmering on my stove right now. Bring the corners up. Full wontons that I'll be placing in my 5 cups of chicken broth that I have with green onions and parsley, salt and pepper. This dish is really simple and quick. So just fold up the sides. Make sure to press it down with your thumbs. Just make a little pocket. So now I'll be placing them in my soup. And just lightly move them around to make sure that they're underneath the broth. It really smells good in here. I love this homemade wonton soup. Can't go wrong, it's homemade chicken broth. And like I said, it doesn't take long to make this soup, and it's really, really good. So I'll let that simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'm going to give it a try. It's really, really good. My soup is ready, so what I'm going to do is cut some more green onion. And I'm just going to place a little bit on top of my soup. Have my bowl ready. Get out a spoon. Smells really good. Place a couple more on top. Add a little bit of salt. Tad bit of pepper. This looks really yummy. Look at how good that soup looks. It's hot. This is really good. It's perfect. Wow. What a way to celebrate the first day of autumn. Nice homemade wonton soup. Gotta give it a try. I think your family's really gonna love this. So thanks for tuning in to Home Cooking with Cheryl and watching me make my homemade wonton soup. And enjoy the first day of autumn. Please follow me on Twitter under Home Cooking with C and on Facebook, Cheryl's Home Cooking. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.